Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to a weekly update. Right, the pair down there, this hen was sitting on 4 eggs from another hen. All 4 eggs are infertile. So I checked them this morning, so they've now been taken away. I'll leave them together for a bit, see how we go on. Excuse me. Right, three lovely young birds out of the nest. Can you see there? There is one ivory, I believe, which is down, the smaller one down below, and then 2 reds, natural red birds. This one this side has got some melanin, it has got some black feathers. This comes from the grandparents because the actual pairings haven't got any black marks on, so it's a throwback from a previous generation. But all these cockbirds, bar one, are carrying ivory. So we've got a split with the young birds, so they could either throw up ivory or red. Looking at the 2 on the perch above, they look like they could be non-intensive, looking at the feather at the minute, but we'll see how they molt out. They are actually picking bits up now, so I'll be moving them in the next day or so down into their own cage. The hen has gone back down. She's sitting on 2 plastic eggs at the minute. Her eggs are down there. She wanted to go back down and she started to pluck the youngsters, so I put a nest pan in, chucked some nesting material in so she would stay away from the young. She built a nest, and then within about 3 or 4 days she laid. We've got 3 in the nest here which are nearly ready to come out. These 3 are actually all red birds because the cockbird is not carrying ivory, and the hen is a proven hen from a few years ago, so hopefully they'll produce some nice lipochrome clear birds. I think there is the odd black marking. Well, can't tell because not out of the nest yet. Alright, 3 more down here are out the nest the last couple of days. The 2 at the back are going to be ivory. They are carrying some dark markings, some lipochrome in their makeup. One's got a dark black feather in the tail, I don't know if you can see that. The other one's got a black beak, so they're carrying some. The slightly bigger bird up here, which is going to be a clear red, has got black markings on the head as well. So that's going to be either an intensive or a non-intensive bird, but looking really good. They're not quite as advanced as the ones down there. They are having a peck around on the floor, but I've not seen them feeding themselves yet, so I'll be moving them down. They're only a week behind the other 3, so they'll be moving down soon. The pairing up here, who she had 5, fed them for a week, gradually started to leave them one at a time to die. All 5 died, and they're the eggs that was down being fostered, but were all clear, and I can see why the eggs are clear, because I put a nest pan in, she built a nest and then just wants to sit on it all the while. As soon as she's sitting hard on the nest, she calls to be mated with. Of course the cockbird can't get underneath, can't mate with her, so hence infertile eggs. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping the nest pan on the outside, popping it back in at night in case, so give them every chance. I hope it's feeding away there, look. Right, always lovely to see, that's great. Not bothered what I'm doing. Yeah, as I was saying, what I'm going to do is the nest pan stays out there during the day, so hopefully they'll get a chance to do some mating, Last time I put the nest pan in towards the evening. As soon as I put the nest pan in, she jumped on the nest pan and then wanted to mate. Of course, it's not going to happen. So hopefully they're going to mate during the day and the nest pan's out of the way. Same with this pair. All she wants to do, she let her young die. All she wants to do is sit on a nest. She's not bothered if there's an egg in there or not. Just sits there all day long. Tries to get out of the way. Cockbird's always looking to mate. So she goes there to get out of the way. Calls for food. But she's actually laid an egg. There's a plastic egg in there at the minute. And the actual egg's down there. So she laid the first egg this morning. Whether they're going to be fertile, who knows? Yeah, I just don't know. So not getting on very well with those two pairs. We got I've set 3 cages up down the bottom, ready to receive the young birds. Say they'll be going in probably this week, end of the week. Be ready to transfer down, leave the parents to getting on with the second round. There's my mule with the spare hen. Nothing happening there. This so-called, I call them harlequins, but they're not. Only in colour, they're not in type and size. Nowhere near a harlequin. So I will be letting them go at the end of the year. But they've got 3. There was 4. 1 was dead. I think there's 3 in there now. Let's have a look. See if they'll come up. Looks like we may be down to 2. Looks like another one may have died. Can't see. Probably beneath the others. Oh, it's a shame if it is. Just seems to be the way it's been going this year. 4 in the nest, 5 in the nest. All fertile. Hatch. Start to rear them. And then over a period of time, they let one die. Then another. And then another. Yeah, can we see that? It's going to feed in down there. These 2 are great feeders. They're really fed really well. I have put another nest pan in there this morning because cockbird's been pestering her like mad to go back down. The same as this one here. That's not the nest pan that these chicks came out of. That's been removed. That's a new nest pan. She was looking to go back down. Same thing there. Put some nesting material in because you see she's having to pluck it in there. I don't want her to pluck the feathers out of the birds. I want her to pick the nesting material up and use that. Luckily these chicks are getting big enough. A lot of them will try and get out of the way. It's when they're really small they'll just sit there and let the parent pull all the feathers out, which is all seems a bit weird, but that's the way it goes. But hopefully I should be able to move and separate them. I have got some metal sliders I can put down in between if she's having a go at them too much. Yeah, look, having a pull, but the chicks are having to go back. That's what we want to see. I might have to put a slider in there, stop her attacking them. So they'll pluck them bold if you leave them. So anyway, I hope everybody else is having a good breeding season. Talk to you all next week. Bye for now.